Are you tired of that tiny piece of technology you carry around in your back pocket making you look like less of a man? If you sit around and watch your favorite YouTubers, it doesn't matter. You have to put it down and shake it off once in a while. That thing gets heavy. Or maybe you've tried some other things, but find out you've been agreeing to things you shouldn't have, like letting your 3-year-old daughter get a tattoo. She asked you while you were watching the cell phone, and she said you shook your head yes. How can you say no after that? Or maybe you've been laying in bed and watching Jimmy DiResta building another axe and drop that phone right smack dab on your melon. Well, son, you're about to lose your man card, and it's time to do something about it. You head out to the shop and look online, but quite frankly, the only thing you can find looks like something would blow over in a light breeze. So you grab an axe and head out for a tree, get ready to chop that thing down, and then remember, oh yeah, I left some scrap plywood by my CNC. I'll just use that instead. Hey guys, today's video is sponsored by Filter By. They have filters for the shop and for the house. There's a link in the description box below. Follow that link to find out how you can sign up for a monthly service and never have to worry about remembering to change those filters again. Let's get back to the show. Well, the first thing to do was to grab a few pieces of my favorite scrap plywood I got off some pallets and then design something up real quick in SketchUp, because if we're going to do the CNC, we got to do that. Loaded a piece of the plywood up onto the CNC and then realized I hadn't wrote my G-code yet, but that's okay because it's manly to forget things. So I sat back down at the computer and wrote my G-code in VCarve Pro. Handy little program to have. Once that was finished, screwed my plywood down to the CNC and pressed the go button. I like that go button. Now, I've heard a lot of different people talk about the things they do while their CNC's running, like it's a second pair of hands and they work and do other things while it's cutting out parts. But personally, I like to sit around and stroke my chicken. Oh, really? It's a chicken. Who wouldn't? I mean, look how freaking cute it is. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let's get back to the CNC business. When the CNC finishes up, I just take the parts over to the bench. Now, a lot of people say CNC isn't woodworking, and I completely disagree. I think CNC is a manly kind of woodworking. Technology and computers and information and big machines and routers spinning at 20,000 RPM. You can't get much more manly than that, unless, of course, you're just chopping down a tree. Once the parts are all cut out, that's not the end of it. There's still quite a bit of work to do, and in some cases you'll have to modify some of the parts if they don't come out exactly perfect. In my case, I had to do a little work on the bandsaw and then some sanding, and then some gluing stuff together, which is manly. Yeah. Now, don't forget that when you're gluing things up in the shop, your t-shirt makes a really good glue shop rag. Now that we got all the gluing stuff out of the way and the sanding stuff out of the way, we can start putting this thing together. Now, this part right here is the base. Everything goes on top of it, and that's why we call it the base. Now, the next thing we need to do is take these two long pieces, which I'm going to call cell phone towers. Get it? Cell phone towers? It's manly to tell dad jokes. Now, these two little blocks go on the bottom and the top. Now, the one with the hole goes on the top because that hole is how we're going to affix this whole arm mechanism thingy to. This is our manly cell phone holder. Now, right now would be a great time to throw on some Britney Spears and throw your hands up and do a little dance. But since we got stuff to do, we're just going to go ahead and run some nails into these little blocks and put some screws in it. Now, this is a great opportunity to test how fast you can change your drill bit to a taper bit and then back again. And of course, we're going to run some screws that are a little bit longer than we need, but that's what we have, and it's manly to use what you have. Of course, I'm going to reach behind me and grab the screws blindly, grab exactly the amount I need for the holes that I drilled, and think about how I'd be bragging on it if my buddies were here, and tell them how I meant to do that. But since they're not, I'll just keep building and throwing my hands up and doing a little dance. So once we have the tower put together, it's time to attach it to the base, and to do that we're just going to tack it down with some nails. 18 gauge brad nails. And of course they're probably going to pop through, which is okay because we've got a pair of pliers that we can cut them off with, and then we'll have to hammer them down, because if we scratch the floor in the house we'll get in trouble. That is not manly to get in trouble, I mean. Now we're getting real close to assembling the arm on this thing, and this is where the part gets real fun. Now that we got our base screwed down to our top, or our top screwed down to our base, whichever way you prefer, it's time to start assembling the arm. Now the arm is going to articulate in two places, which makes it fully adjustable, so we can raise it up or lower it or do all kinds of fun things with it. But to do that we need some pivot points. Now the base of the arm will attach to this kind of goofy looking U-shaped thingy, and there's a bolt that goes through it that I can use to tighten it down and loosen it up. Now, in the design program, we made the base just a little bit too small for those little arms to stick up, so we had to do some sanding. Now that we got everything fixed with the sander, we can put a bolt through and see how it works. I guess I should have made that opening just a little bit bigger. Try to fit those meat paws in there is a little bit hard. And now there's the first part of the arm. Now to mount our cell phone, I had this manly idea to use this giant manly magnet that is super strong, and I know it's strong because I got stuck to the table saw the other night and had to spend the night out there because I left my cell phone on the workbench. So it's strong. Now for a magnet I'm going to use epoxy to fasten it down because I googled it and it said to use epoxy. And then I'm going to use the cell phone holder I already have because it's manly to reuse things. So in this case I'm just going to throw some nuts in back of it with a little bit of silicone, or epoxy rather, and find out that it doesn't work. Apparently my manly magnet wasn't that manly after all. So let's get rid of that magnet and pull out those nuts we just put in. And we'll go ahead and use the part that was already on the cell phone holder we got for $3 off Amazon. So strip the plastic off of it and drill a little hole in the arm, and I'm just going to epoxy that right in, or in this case CA glue it in. And we're going to use a little activator because it's manly to be impatient. One thing is to dry faster. So after we got that installed, we throw it up on the arm there, and again, just another bolt there to pivot and see how it works. And to be honest with you, it worked pretty darn good. Now I'm awfully happy about this build. So I'm going to sit down and test it out, watch some serious YouTube stuff.
This might be the best thing I've ever built. Get up, little goat, get up! You. Oh
no! That's right, the first thing I did was watch some poor little goats get the fertilizer pebble scared right out of them. They got some kind of rigor mortis every time somebody says boo. The second thing I did was get online and find out where I can get me some of them goats. I'm never going to get anything done again. Hey folks, thank you very much for watching, and if you're not subscribed already, please feel free to do so. We'd like to see you back here.